would always ask questions about the Bible and about Jesus, right? And I had this friend, his name was Andrew Jones, one of my really good friends at the time. He went to my elementary school. And, he'd always just answered the question on point, just on top of the ball. Every day, oh, this is it, boom. But he wouldn't only answer, and he would get up and stand up and answer the question, right? And one time he stood up, and when he sat back down, right, I stuck my lead pencil down, and he sat on it. And, I was just a terrible kid back then. I was not good at all. And, I usually just go to Mass for the good donuts afterwards, right? Just to grub on the donuts and have good interactions with my cousins. But yeah, let's fast forward into high school, where I stepped on campus, and my only concern was just being Mr. Popular, and I surveyed all the cliques, hey, which one has the most power, which one the best, coolest kids, and so I found it, and I joined. Pretty quickly, I realized that, if I want to be cool amongst these guys, I got to be the major partier. I got to party it up hard. And so I would drink to the point where I'd pass out. I'd wake up under a car, and just the next day, not even knowing what happened, people would tell me, John, you're acting so crazy last night. I'm like, what? What do you mean? I didn't even talk to you. So I didn't remember anything at all. And then, so also, my friends and I, we would just try to see how many girls we could get, physically involved. Yeah, that's because that's what made a man, supposedly. And that led into a marijuana addiction where I bought this 3-foot bong, right? Rasta colors, a really big bass, a percolator to clear up the smoke. So, and I would smoke 4 to 5 times a day, easily. And when that wasn't enough, I moved into ecstasy and cocaine, and, I thank God that he really did intervene right there. He told me, this is where it stops, John. This is where it stops. And one day I went to a church with my girlfriend. She brought me to church, and the pastor, he started just talking about how you can have a relationship with Jesus. And as I was inviting the Holy Spirit to just reside inside of me and Jesus into my heart, it's like he removed this blindfold from my eyes, where he showed me the path that I was going down was killing me, physically, and it was affecting my relationships with people. And so it was cool, it was such a great experience. And when I came over to All Peoples, that's when Joel, he took me under his wing and started discipling me. He showed me how it is to live a godly life, how to walk out my life for Jesus. He taught me how to hear God's voice and how to pray, even share the gospel, right? And so that was just so awesome to have somebody invest in my life. And so it just really took over from there. And I just started to seeing Jesus come into every aspect of my life. It was cool. One time, Joel and I were just going through a discipleship time, and he asked the question, are you faithful to what God has called you to? Have you been faithful in that? And I said, no, because at that time I would be praying, and before I could even utter a prayer, God would tell me, break your bong, break your bong. And I'm like, no, God, no, what? It's irrational, I could sell it, make money, I'll bless a friend with it, God, come on, That day we went over to my house, boom, smashed the bong with a hammer, I was triumphant, just an emotion to my smoking days, and I saw Jesus really just taking hold of my heart, because his consuming love, it was just all over me, right? And I came from the standpoint of love, where I was able to love my mom more, versus before, I didn't really show my affection towards her, and I wasn't grateful for what she had done for me, And my sister, her and I, we just had this tight, it started just started really improving our relationship, where I started becoming, our relationship got more intimate. We're just so close, I love her so much. And I was able to actually, for my dad to forgive him for not being there a lot of my life, from a place of my heart, too. And this is cool, too. I did not expect this at all, but my cumulative GPA throughout high school was like 1.45. Right? And for the last 3 semesters at Grossmont College, it's been a 4.0. Boom! That's unusual. That's just unusual. And so, I love Jesus so much. I love how he's just really transforming me from the inside out. So I want to just challenge you guys, will you give God a chance tonight? Will you give him a chance, because he is the ultimate partier? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?